Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Facebook ad strategies for 2022. A lot has happened last year in terms of GDPR, new tactics, in terms of trying to ensure that we are able to install cookies, new feature addition to the ad platform, and how consumers spend their time online and what type of advertising options we have. So there's a lot that happened. I want to cover some of the best practices and tips that will really help you to enhance your Facebook advertising in 2022. So let's get started. The first, tip I want to share is, and it's actually one of the most important, I would say, tactic is you need to build your own audience. Now think about this. If you are going to have your own email database, let's say it's 100,000 contacts, you will be able to market them directly. These are your contacts which you can send an email, which you can send special promotions, you can build a custom audience out of it, and there are so much more that you can do with your own audience. Same way, if you have a YouTube channel and a brand YouTube channel and there are hundreds of thousands of subscribers who watch your videos, you can actually market your own products and services to your own audience. But I know it's difficult to build such a big audience, but the point here is you need to focus on creating your own audience no matter which channel you want to create it. You can have an audience on social media or email or somewhere else. And there are 4 reasons for that. The first one is the ad costs are rising. As you can see, it's just crazy like how 2-3 years back cost per click was $1 or $2 for a long tail keyword, but today you have to spend 3 or 4 double the amount of money because there are many advertisers who are trying to target the same audience, trying to reach the same number of people, same type of people, market the same products and services. So you're going to compete with a lot many advertisers. So that's why the ad costs are rising. The next big important reason is privacy concerns and laws. In the intro I mentioned about GDPR. Basically, what GDPR is, the countries, the EU countries, they want to protect their citizens and they want to make sure that brands and companies are transparent in terms of how they utilize the data. So if you are capturing personal information on your website, you have to be very clear and explicit about how you're planning to store that information and how you're planning to use it. And the same goes with advertising. You cannot just install advertising cookies directly. You need to get their consent. If you get the contact details of your potential customers, you cannot directly upload it to Facebook or Google to build remarketing list or custom audience. So things are getting difficult. It's getting complex. There are so many, you need to jump through so many hoops to finally, show your ad on Facebook. So that's why privacy concerns and laws are something that you need to follow and you need to keep an eye on. The third thing is tracking is getting difficult. As I said, it's important to have cookie consent banner on your website. Without a cookie consent banner, if you're a global company, you have to have it. If you are mostly doing business in Asia Pacific or in US, then you're fine. There is also California GDPR type of laws that's already implemented. So again, tracking is getting difficult because of cookie consent and because of all the subscriptions and legal languages that you need to use. So installing those remarketing cookies, building custom audience is going to be even more difficult. And then finally, target preferences are changing. So I think one of the key thing is over the past few years, people are now spending more time online, but they are also spending their time on different channels. The audience is getting much more educated, so their preferences are changing. So it's not like in the olden days where everyone is on Facebook. Now people spend time on YouTube, people spend time on Google, they read online publications, And because Facebook has gone through few trouble already in terms of how transparent they are, or how they are not transparent about certain things, people spend less time sometimes. So the point is, there are these challenges that's around, and I think that clearly justifies why you need to build your own audience. The next strategy or tip I would say is you need to focus on running retargeting ads. Now, this is absolutely critical because you have been getting, if you are a brand and if you have a website, you should already be getting a lot of traffic, right? So why not make use of your website traffic? There is always an audience that you can target. That's the point. And you might have created an email list. There are people visiting your websites. People might be watching videos on your channel, on social media, on your Facebook page, and more. So you can actually use this audience and build custom audience. And you can retarget them so that you can bring them back to your website and promote your products and services. And your objective can be anything, whether it's simply to bring them back to the website, to generate a lead, or to convert them into customer. So focus on the return rate and engagement rate. If you log into Google Analytics, you can easily see what's the percentage of new visitor versus return visitor. So try to move the needle of that return visitor so that you get more people coming back to your website again and again. And one bonus tip I would say is, if you want to keep your audience coming back to you again and again, the best way to do that is through informational content, and it can be through blogs. And simply what you need to do is you run a retargeting ad and you target your audience and bring them back to your website constantly so that you get a constant stream of return visitors. And essentially what you're doing is you're nurturing them for your future offer. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's the best type of ad because blog retargeting ads really work. All right. So the next tactic or strategy is you need to reduce friction. People don't have time. They cannot just fill the form that has 50 questions in return of a 2-page PDF. That's not feasible, and that's not good, right? You cannot ask like every single detail about a potential lead just to give them a free downloadable or access to a video. So reduce friction, and especially when you are in B2B business where you sell or when you're targeting your ads towards decision makers. These are managers, directors, vice presidents, CFOs, CEOs. They don't have time to fill a long form. So why don't you reduce friction? And what I mean by that is, when you are running a lead gen form, when you're running a normal traffic campaign, replace that with a lead gen form. And basically what it does is most of the questions is pre-filled. So let's say you are right now running a traffic campaign to your landing page, and there is a form that your audience needs to fill in return of something. Instead of that, run a lead gen campaign. And there's another way to do that. If you're running ads on Google, Google has recently introduced a lead form extension as well. So that's a good way to reduce friction, because you will be able to make use of the new feature that auto fills most of the information that your potential customer will have on social media. And the other reason is, as I said, GDPR and consent making traffic difficult. So if you have a multi-step funnel where the first step is drive traffic, then you build a custom audience, and then you retarget them, and then they fill out a form. Well, that's long process. Sometimes it doesn't work. So why don't you just get straight to the point, have a punchy ad, run lead gen ads, they fill out the lead gen form, and there you go, you get a lead. So that's your next step. And then finally, I guess the next strategy would be to use video ads. Now, video is very, very powerful because it does grab your audience's attention, and you are able to do a lot more by using the video format. It's better than landing page views, because if you think about cost per landing page view, it can go 3, 4, 5 or more than that per landing page view. But if it's a video view, you will be getting anywhere between like 10 cents to 50 cents per video view, and that's on the higher side. Sometimes it can go even low for a through play video. So running a video ad is great for brand awareness, but it's also good to prime your audience. And what I mean by that is, if you are reaching a cold audience and if you want to identify people who might be interested in your products, then run a brand awareness ad using video. Let them watch the video and then build a custom audience out of people who watched 5, 10, 30 seconds of your video, and then retarget the audience, the custom audience that you just built out of video views, and run a lead gen ad. So that's how you build a video funnel which will help you to identify potential customers out of a big audience and go from there. And also, it helps with increasing click-through rate, watch time, and as I said, it helps build custom audience. The other tip I would say is use captions to increase retention time. People like to watch videos without audio, and if they're traveling or if they're in a meeting or something like that. So captions helps to increase the video consumption rate. Customize the ad format. So if you are running a video ad on Instagram's Reel or something like that, then use like 9:16 format. So use story and Reel ads. I think it's a great way to create new different formats and reach your audience. And finally, I would say this is like any other tip in terms of marketing or in real life. Diversify. I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't just depend on Facebook. I know this video is about Facebook ad strategies, but diversify your marketing approach, because anything can happen. You can people can shift completely towards some other channel, or you might find more success on Google or LinkedIn. So run ads on LinkedIn and Google as well, because sometimes people spend time on multiple channels, which is called as omni-channel approach. You can even run A/B test on the ad and the budget to figure out which audience type, which platform, and which audience works really well for you. So run A/B test, and then utilize the traffic from other paid organic sources so that you will be able to maximize your audience that you already have. And let's say you're already running a Google ad campaign or a LinkedIn ad campaign, build a custom audience and retarget them on Facebook. So that's how you can make sure that every dollar is maximized in terms of how you use it. So retarget the people coming from Facebook and LinkedIn on Facebook, which is taking an omni-channel approach. So that's pretty much it, guys, in terms of video, in terms of this video and how you can use these new strategies and tactics for Facebook advertising. If you have any other ideas or tactics, let me know in the comment section. Please do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you.